Good morning, right, we're on Monday morning, let's get cracking. I've just walked in the door. Got to say, it's an absolute privilege. I just got out of the car this morning, I still can't believe I've got my own unit. It's still an absolute privilege every morning, coming in and just having my own space. I'm so grateful for it. I've got Rich coming down this morning. Just touching on that, I've got quite a few new subscribers, so if you've not watched me from the beginning, this isn't where I've always been. It's been sort of a 2.5 year project. I started out with £3,000 from my house, buying a little KA, similar to that one, well not even as good as that one to be fair. I bought one car and we've just flipped and we've just kept going. I've always had the same principles from the beginning. They've always been serviced, they've always been MOT'd, they've always come with warranty. And then obviously we've worked his way up. I've now got Rich on board, I've built up my contacts, I've got a decent MOT tester, I've got a decent paint man. That's been the hard bit, is getting people around you that you trust, that you know, that are happy to work for you. I've now got a powder coater, I've got a locksmith that comes out and does my keys. So yeah, it's just building up your contacts on the way as well. So today, anyway, what are we on with today? We've got to get the cars from auction. We've got to go pick the 3 cars up. So I'm just waiting for Rich to get here. He's my taxi for the day. So I've got the 3, I can hear him now, he's just pulled up. So I've got the 3 cars to pick up, and I've hopefully got the magenta Fiesta to pick up as well, so 4 cars to get today. Just going to open the shutters. There he is, look, bright and early. Told you I could hear his engine. Always a smile. So I'm just flipping around, I'm just going to get these seats out of my car. So these have been sat in my loft for years, and these are a set of original mini seats, which I just thought, I've got space up there that I'm not utilising at the minute. So when I start my mini project, at the minute I've got some leather Alfa Romeo seats in my mini, which are not to my taste anymore. I want to go back to, these are original Mini Mayfair seats, which I was very lucky to pick up. A set of these now, you're looking between 400 and 600 quid, which is absolutely ridiculous. You go to the mini fairs and the auto jumbles, you can't touch these, and they're not in as nice a condition as this. So I picked these up basically to recover. I needed just the bases and the foams, something to recover, but they are kind of too good to rip apart really. So we'll see how we get on with that at the end of the project. Right, that's enough of me waffling. I'll get these seats in, and then me and Rich will get over to Castleford G3 and get these cars picked up. Good evening, Dan from Rhubarb Car Sales. Right, we're on Tuesday evening, so we've got all the cars back. That's the Fiesta that's sold. I've got a lad coming to put a cam belt and water pump on that tonight at the customer's choice. So we're getting the cam belt and water pump done at the customer's cost. That's what I was trying to say. Customer's expense. So we're doing that at trade price as agreed by the customer. So I've got a lad coming to do that tonight. Rich has been down here today. So his job today was to... So I've booked him all week, and I've just said to him, I've got 3 MOTs booked in on Friday. So I said, you service and prep all these cars so I can come in on Friday and just drop these in for MOT. So that's what he's done today. He's had he's got the Polo on the ramp, he's had the Igo on the ramp, he's had the Fiesta's just come back. Oh, he's had the Panda on the ramp as well, because I've got a story with that in a minute. So he's had the eye go on the ramp. He's made a shopping list. What we're going to do? I think we agreed. Yeah, we're going to do discs and pads because they are lipped. Don't know if you can see through there, but the discs are just lipped through there. So we're going to do new discs and pads on there, and that's about it. It would advise. Oh, it's had. It's got 2 new tyres on the front, so but we're going to do 2 new tyres on the back. And we're advised on pins and bushers last year. So we're debating whether to do the arms or not, the front arms. We're trying to do as much as we can without. There's not massive profit in these cars, so we do have to be careful at the same time. I need to get the torch because it was advised last year. I think it's been to Toyota main dealer for the MOT. So I need to, because it's had a very, very picky MOT history. Where every year we've put advisories on. We've put advisories on all 4 coil springs. Now, on last year's MOT, it says all 4 coil springs corroded. You tell me, are they corroded? Absolutely not. Now, you can see the exhaust is all okay. On this coil spring, you can see one bit of a protective coating on the outside has come off, but I still wouldn't call that corroded. And again, we've put all 4 down as corroded. So I think we're doing that coil spring, even though it doesn't particularly need doing, but at least it'll get potentially an advisory off. And I think that was it on that one. And then he's done a little bit of work on the brakes, just freeing them off and greasing them up. We're having new discs and pads on the front here. And again, this was advised last year on slight movement on the pin or bush on the bottom arms at the front. Excuse me if I don't know what I'm talking about because I'm not a mechanic. I'm only going with what's on the MOT advisories and what Rich has told me. So we're looking at those bottom arms there, and we're just debating whether to replace them or not. Again, they don't need replacing, but they will be advised again on the MOT this year if we don't replace them. So we're just trying to get as few advisories as possible. And these springs are all okay. We've decided to go for a new exhaust. The exhaust, I think it's fair to say, is corroded. And down in the middle, so the middle section is corroded, but it's not blowing. So again, it would go through an MOT, but we're just going to get it done so that the exhaust is then done. Rich is ringing me now. Hold the line while I speak to Master Technician. Sorry, just speaking to Master Technician Rich. We have decided, well, I've just made a decision to go. We're going to do the bottom arms on the Polo and on the Igo. £32.50 on the Igo and £45 on the each. So 70 quid on the Igo and 90 quid on the Polo. So that'll be 2 more advisories that I've got rid of. I just don't want advisories putting people off coming. And at least the car's done right then. I'm just going to have to make sure I stick to my price on it. Again, so this is going to have new exhaust, new discs and pads, new bottom arms. So it'll be done right, you know, we're doing as much as we can, and at the same time we've still got to leave a little bit of money in it. What else did I have to tell you? That Fiesta's back, that'll go in for MOT Friday. That just needs a few bulbs, wipers, and it needs 4 tyres. So I've got 2 cars going in for 6 tyres on Friday. That's just come back from paint shop today, so we've had them, if you remember, them sills were rotten, so we've had them sills done. The tyres are horrendous on this, God knows what they are, they're awful. They've all been scrubbed on sides, like an off-road winter tyre of some sort. So that's going to make a world of difference, but just putting 4 new tyres on, and some new trims, that'll be a good looking car then. Just had an enquiry on that one, funnily enough. And then the only car that's missing is the automatic Fiesta. That's getting the cam belt and water pump done somewhere else, but that's due back tonight, so I'm hoping that'll be back tonight. And again, I've just had an inquiry on that as well. So Panda story. So I took this out the other day and it just needed, I think I've put it on earlier in the video, I give it another wash, and then we noticed coolant leaking underneath the day after. So I can only think that I've caught the radiator with the jet wash. I weren't going overly close with it, to be honest, but Rich did. Rich has said it's in pretty poor condition anyway, so it would have gone at some point. But maybe I've caught it with jet wash. So he's getting me a new radiator. Panda's getting a new radiator on. But again, at least it's done. I'd rather it go here rather than it go on a customer, then I've have to come back. So that's, Rich has got a list of jobs as long as his arm. Then we've got the KA, the axles come for that today. So we'll be getting on with the, that's bottom of the queue. That's bottom of the list is that. So we'll get the Igo, the Polo and the Fiesta done. They're as priorities to get in for MOT on Friday. This this just needs a valet and then that can go up for sale. But as you can see, some cracking stock at the minute. Nice family cars. We've got the Mazda, the Cougar and the Qashqai in. They're, you know, nice family size cars. I'm just pausing because there's some commotion going on outside. Let me just go stick my head out just a second. Right, it's nothing to worry about. It was just local reprobate outside having an argument with himself. So yeah, we've got nice cars in at the minute. We've got nice family selection. So we've got the Mazda 6 Estate, the Cougar SUV, which is an all-wheel drive, perfect time of year to be selling that. And then we've got the Qashqai, which is 3295. So that's nice price range stock, and it's only got, I think it's 80-odd thousand miles on it. Already been serviced, already got MOT. I think it's got an advisory on 1 tyre, so we'll get a tyre done or we can knock the £95 off if we need to. Can't remember, did I tell you the Panda story? I think I did. Yeah, I think I told you the Panda story. So yeah, that's just Richard's jobs this week, is just to get the Igo, the Polo and the Blue Fiesta ready for MOT on Friday. We'll get them in for MOT and see how we get on Friday. Yeah, so that's as much as I can tell you at the minute. I will catch up with you again on Friday once they've been in for MOT and we'll see how we get on. Right, we're on Friday, end of the week. I can't take any credit. I've not done anything this week, but Rich has been an absolute superhero. As you can see, we're having a cabinet reshuffle. I've come down today and everything just looked a bit higgledy-piggledy. And I've decided to put things back this way. So family cars, well, my Ford Heritage collection to the back. Bigger cars to the back, smaller cars to the front, and the smaller cars that we've got going out and that need prepping and whatever. I've just been and picked the 3 up that I've had MOT'd. So I've had the Blue Fiesta MOT, the red Igo, and the red Polo, all been MOT'd. Keep going, mate, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. This will make a good Jeremy Beadle, won't it? Keep going. Yeah, you're okay there. Yeah, stop. Yeah, so we've had all them MOT. Rich has done. We have gone above and beyond on prep now. So I would say that my MOT tester used to do things that failed the test on that day. And I would say that Rich has prepped the cars for the next 18 months. We've done what we've done, Rich. You're going to have a talking part. You're going to tell me what you've done. Go on, Red Igo, what have you done?
Polo.
Red Polo?
Yeah.
What have you done on Red Polo?
Disc and pads.
Disc and pads, bottom arms,
Exhaust.
and brand new exhaust. And you've serviced it.
Service.
Is that it? And then you've done Red Igo.
Couple of bulbs. Bottom arms, disc and pads.
So new bottom arms, disc and pads on the Igo. Which the bottom arms on the Igo and the Polo were debatable. They were fine. They didn't need changing, but there were advisories on last year's MOT, and there were very, very strict advisories at that. But we just decided to change them just to get the advisories off the MOT. And what other thing that you'd done? You prepped one more. Oh, you done radiator on. We had a coolant. I've got somebody coming on Sunday, and she's very, very keen on the Panda. But we noticed a coolant leak underneath. So I think I've caught it while I've been jet washing it with jet wash. So we've put new radiator on the Polo, and I'll put some pics in here as well, what Rich has done with the front end. Oh, that's the old one. So, is it down here it's gone?
There.
Oh, all gone there. That's where it was leaking from bottom. So we replaced the radiator, we've got that sorted, and hopefully that's going Sunday. Blue Fiesta's going out Monday. Subscriber who bought that has done me a favour because he was supposed to be coming to pick it up today, but he's too busy, and to be honest I was too busy today. I was half going to ring him to change days anyway, but so he's rung me saying that he's too busy or he hasn't got a second driver, so he's coming Monday, which has helped me out. He's done me a favour. So we're just having this rejig, getting the cars back in. And yeah, like I said, Rich has been really busy prepping all the cars this week. Then we're both in 5 days next week where we're going to get them all valeted and get them up for sale. Right, I've just got all the cars back in now. That's Friday, I'm going. Got the school run to do. I think that looks loads better. I just came down earlier. I do need to tidy this little area up. That's the new axle that we've got for the KA. Spent a bit more on that. There was some from £120, but they're the cheap ones that break within a couple of weeks as soon as you hit a speed bump. This is a £180 one. And it's a lot thicker, a lot better quality. So these are the three that I've got for prep next week. Yeah, these all need valeting. That's going out on Monday. That's going out on Sunday with a bit of luck. KA, we've got to get the axle in and a couple of shock absorbers. Mazda's ready to go, but I'm gonna take the roof bars off and re-photograph it inside because it's getting loads of views and no interest. So I'm gonna re-photograph it without the roof bars on. Qashqai needs a valet. So we've got 4 cars to get valeted next week. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 all need valeting next week. So me and Rich, that's our job next week, to get them 4 valeted and up for sale, up for sale next week. And then we'll get on to doing the axle on the KA and the deep clean on the Megane out there. Thanks for watching. I think that'll wrap up the weekly update. Please like and subscribe. Have a good weekend and catch up with you next Monday. Come back to watch these 3 get valeted and we'll get them up for sale. Thank you. Goodbye.